Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa and I'm so happy you are here. We are closing out August 2023's budget. Wow, oh wow, has it been a month? I don't think I actually posted a single YouTube video in August. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like maybe I did at the beginning, I don't know. I have just been focused on so many other things this month and really trying to enjoy the last bit of summer in Seattle. But we're back on track. I've been filming, editing, uploading, so much stuff for you. So hopefully September is going to be a much better month YouTube-wise. But we did have a great month, just like financially overall, I think, for August. Made a lot of great progress, paid off some debts. Something that you won't see in this video as we close it out is my student loan balance. So through my Ally high yield savings account, I have been saving, like every month you've seen me like do different types of student loans, like saving $250 here, like every paycheck. And then I've had just like a fund that I've been keeping in my high yield savings account. So it's been basically accruing interest that I get to keep. I get to keep that interest as positive interest. And I did end up actually paying off the balance for my student loan that's in my name, which I'm so excited about. So technically on paper I'm debt free, but I actually owe my mother like $186,000 I think at this point, and that's in her name. So still a long way to go until all of my student loan debt is paid off, but at least that balance is paid off. It's not reflected here in my budget because I wasn't quite sure where to put it. I guess I could have made its own budget, but it didn't really make sense. So I thought it was worth mentioning because I'm sure you guys are curious about it. I know I would be. So just note that that did happen. It's not going to be included in this big budget here. Maybe I'll do it like somehow throughout the budget just so it's accounted overall for the year, but it's really not that important for me. I mean, it's important overall, but it's not important to capture like in these budgets because, it's not the normal occasion to just have $26,000 come into your budget and then pay off a loan every month, right? Like that's very rare, but I'm very thankful and I was able to do that before September 1st, so no interest accrued on that loan. No further interest, I should say. So that's completely paid off. We're in the clear there. And now it's just the one that's from the Parent Plus loan. So that's just a little bit about that. But again, on this channel, I create budgeting content, planning content, side hustle content on my journey to paying off that $186,000 now in student loan debt. At least we're now below $200,000, right? I mean, knock on wood, it's probably going to go up above $200,000 sooner rather than later because of the interest. But I'm really going to do my best to just make the payments, make as many payments as possible, throw as much money at this debt so I can really just start like really becoming debt free and having that financial freedom. So we're closing out August 2023's budget. This is the calendar we set up at the beginning of the month. If I can remember, I'll link the video up here of the August setup video. And then we closed out the middle part of August. This is also the setup video. I went through and highlighted all the budget categories. And now this is the closeout for the second half of August. So starting up here with the income. So for the W-2, we did have $3,105. Again, $1,801, so $1,801 of that was all from my normal paycheck, and $1,304 was from the commission I received because I am in a sales role. I do receive additional compensation in terms of commission. My side hustle, which is trivia, was $240. Payback was $0. So my total income for this month or inflow for these 2 weeks was $3,345. Now, in addition to like side hustles, I have another side hustle that I'm doing. It's actually through a volunteer program that I do, and they're paying me to do some work. They have paid me already for that, but because it's with like a sports season, I've cashed the check. I put it in my high yield savings account, but I'm not going to allocate that until the season is over and all my work is completely done. And as I'm also considered a 1099 contractor employee, so I have to take taxes out of that bulk amount. But right now it is in my high yield savings account accruing positive interest for me. And then once the season's over at the end of October, then I will probably bring that into my budget and have it get allocated, or I might just do it like off camera here. But just know that I am been doing other things in terms of side hustles. I haven't been doing plasma in quite some time. I honestly didn't really like it. I didn't like the way it made my body feel. It's a great side hustle. I mean, you can make easily $500 a month, close to like 400 to 500 if you go twice a week. And I also didn't like how, I don't know if you can see it on camera, there'd be like bumps on my arms from the needle that went in, and I didn't like how that was going to be like a permanent thing on my body, and I didn't want it to get worse. So I decided personally that I didn't want to do it. It doesn't mean I'm not going to, pick it back up in the winter time, but there's also something else that I think I might do instead, which gives me a little bit more flexibility to work from home and create my own schedule, whereas the plasma is only open till a certain time. So then I had to really maneuver that around my schedule, and it just didn't really work. So that's just a little tangent there on side hustles. So fixed expenses for the month, we had rent $400, utilities was $100, Spotify was $10, so that didn't increase, but actually Peacock increased from $5 to $6. I thought Spotify was also increasing to $11, but maybe I got the dates wrong, or maybe I read it wrong. Student loan $300, we already talked about Peacock. LA Fitness was $50, Acorns was $60, therapy $25, car insurance was $65. So pretty much exactly what we had budgeted. Medical expenses, I had a copay for an eye exam for an optometrist. I do need to get glasses. I can't really read street signs, can't read far away. It's because I stare at screens for like 12 hours a day. Other than that, my eyes are healthy, just FYI. It's just the screen piece that's really been affecting them. So I did have to pay for that exam, whatever the insurance didn't cover it, and that was $59. So total fixed expenses was $1,075. Subtracting that from our total inflow here gave us $2,270. Going down to variable expenses, we had $195 for grocery. I've been spending a lot of money on groceries, actually. I've been doing a lot of cooking from home. Actually, let me also add that I've been working from home significantly more. So when I work from home, I tend to just eat the food that I have in my house. I really don't go out. I hate having to get in the car and go somewhere. I'd much rather just stay home. So I end up just cooking here, which means I need to have more food, but then that also means my eating out budget is less, which is still great. So eating out was only $88. Gas and car ended up being $65. I had to pay for a tank of gas, and then I paid for some parking in downtown Seattle. So I include that. I include parking in gas and car expense. I guess I could do it in like fun and entertainment or like something else, but for me, it's an expense of having the car. You got to park it somewhere, so I just included it there. Investments, this is in addition to the Acorns, was $20. Fun and entertainment was $155. Holiday, I had budgeted $50 for a wedding gift, but I ended up being $75 plus the like transaction fee to like give them the cash was $75, or the I guess digital cash, whatever, contributing to their honeymoon fund, house fund. And then self-care ended up being $155. I ended up getting a manicure done, like a new set of nails on, and then I also got a pedicure. I thought I would treat myself, but I probably shouldn't have gotten the pedicure. I should have just done it myself, but whatever. Miscellaneous was $0. Travel was $0. I had budgeted $50 because I thought I was going to have to pay for an Uber to and from the airport, but I had moved my flights. And so my friend's mom ended up taking me to the airport and then from the airport because we were on the same flight. So that was really, really sweet of her. And then pets was just $29. The pets is always pretty much $29. I have a subscription to a litter service for my cat, so I don't have to constantly be going to the store to buy litter. It's always an annoying thing to have to do. So I have it delivered to me, and I absolutely love it. It works out perfectly for me, and then I'm not tempted to buy other stuff. So that's why it's always kind of $29. So if you add that all up, it gave us $744. Subtracting that from what was left over after the fixed expenses was $1,526. And then for sinking funds, we did contribute $100, exactly what we had mapped out originally. We had $40 for deductible. Medical expenses with $25. I did not pull this medical expense from the sinking funds. I just cash flowed this, by the way. This is going to be, I think I might be getting braces. I was supposed to have an appointment a couple days ago, but as if you can't tell, I'm a little congested. So I've been recovering from a cold. So I canceled. I rescheduled that appointment actually. I was like going to expose the doctor and the whole office to my cold. No, it's not COVID. And yes, I did test, but medical expenses, I'm thinking about getting braces. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I once did Invisalign. I can't believe I made that financial mistake. I literally flushed about $4,000 down the drain because I could not stand the Invisalign. I don't know what I was thinking. So braces are probably going to be essentially what the game plan is going to be. I just don't know how much that's going to cost. So I would like to be able to pay that off before I even get the braces. So I'm going in a couple of weeks to get the estimate of what it would be. And then I will kind of make that decision if I want to move forward, if I want to put it on a care credit, or if I just want to save for it and then in like a year or two get braces again. I've already had them twice in my life, by the way, when I was younger, and I never wore my retainer. So yeah, that's on me. That's on me. I get it. But anyhow, moving on. And then 2024 vacation is $35. I'd like to keep up with this just because I know in 2024 I want to take some vacations and I don't want to have to start from scratch. So that gave us 100 in total sinking funds, so leaving us with 1426 left over. Moving down to extra debt, I ended up putting $748 towards my Alaska Airlines credit card. I did put more towards that, but I paid off like specific expenses, so that's why some of this is higher. Discover, I put $320 towards. Victoria's Secret, I put $60 towards. So total, that was $1,128, leaving us with $298. Going down to extra savings, I put $264 towards the house. So that total was obviously $264, leaving me with $34. So somewhere through here, I missed $34 in my budget. I do know that there's $0 in my account as of basically filming of this video. I technically have gotten my new paycheck, but that's all that's in my bank account. So whatever remaining besides that paycheck is $0, and that's where I like to be at. So I don't know where that $35 went. I'm just going to write it off. I do not have the mental capacity to dig for hours to find those $34. It is what it is. I probably calculated something wrong. Sometimes I think I have dyslexia when calculating things because I read numbers incorrectly, but I've never been diagnosed. So I'm not going to make medical assumptions, but maybe it's a possibility, right? It could be a possibility. Okay, expense trackers for the month of August. We had 2 there. And then where did my money go? Monthly category breakdown, I should say, for August. So starting balance was 0 because I always start the month out with $0. Earned income is just for my W-2 because I got commission. If you guys remember, I got commission in this paycheck and I got commission in this paycheck. I got 2 checks here and 1 commission check here, which is fantastic. That doesn't normally happen, by the way. So that was why my income is so much higher for earned income at $5,557. Other income was $624, and then savings used was $1,292, giving me a total monthly inflow of $7,476. Moving down to the budget categories here, if you want to take a closer look at this, feel free to pause the video now and look at where my monthly budget, monthly spent difference, and total monthly inflow was. But to keep it short, the pink, which is supposed to be red, is where I went over budget. Green is where I went under budget. Of course, there's some categories where I'm okay going over budget, which is in debt. That's totally fine. It was only by $12. Gas and car, I went over by $12. So negative means I went into the negative for that category from when I budgeted, and positive means I had money left over in that category. I know that confuses some people, but that's just how my brain works here. So you could pause this if you would like to see how everything broke down, but basically the highest percentage of my inflow went to savings, and you'll see that on the flip side here. And then the second highest, I believe, went towards debt. So really not that bad. In total, we put about $3,000 towards savings and debt, and I am very, very comfortable with that. Actually, it's almost about $3,500. I'm very, very happy with that. So exactly what I was just saying, where did my money go for the debt and monthly debt and savings breakdown? So for debt, we had $7,473 of monthly inflow. Of monthly debt payoff, we had $1,669, and that was 22% of my total monthly inflow went towards debt. Of that 1,669, 71% of it went towards the Alaska Airlines credit card, 25% of it went towards the Discover card, and just 4% went to Victoria's Secret. This is the card that my sister is an authorized user on. So she actually put the balance on there and she paid me back through Venmo, and I think I used that Venmo money for something. So I ended up having to cash flow that myself. It all evens out at the end of the day. And then for savings, the total monthly income is what you're calculating, not the inflow. So you have to take your monthly inflow, subtract your savings used, and that's what you get as income. So for me, that was $6,181. Now I put $1,996 towards savings, which was 32% of my monthly income, which is freaking fantastic. I love that number being in the 30s, like 30%. So of that $1,996, 28% of it went towards my student loan, 6% went towards saving for my car insurance, which is going to be due in, I believe, January of 2024. Seeking funds was 20% of that, and 46% of that $1,996 went towards a house down payment. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I feel like I had a really, really wonderful August. I did not hit my goal of paying off my credit card, but it is what it is. We're going to keep that goal going through September and October, continuing to put like side hustle income towards that credit card debt, doing what I can to pay that debt down, because I do not want it to be like, I just don't want it to have a balance, and I don't understand how it got so high. I mean, I know how, because I just like swipe. And I forget that I need to go back through each transaction and pay that off through my regular budget. So we're not doing that anymore. I'm like trying to really be conscious about that, but it is what it is. And we're just going to have to keep paying stuff off. You guys know I don't do the monthly spending comparison. I don't think it's really relevant because my income changes every single month with commission. My expenses change every single month with like different bills due, and I just don't find that that's a helpful piece of information. If you feel like it's helpful, you know, go for it. I mean, it's here, it's included in the workbook. Same with the monthly meal plan. I'm single, you guys, like I'm a single woman. Well, I am in a relationship, we don't live together, so I don't have to meal plan for anybody but myself. So I'm very independent, and I just don't really need to meal plan. I don't really find that super helpful. Okay, anyhow, that's it. I hope you all are enjoying now September by the time you're watching this video. I appreciate each of you for watching, for subscribing, for giving this video a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comment section below how your August turned out. You all know I love following along on your budget journeys, and I love watching other YouTubers on their journeys too. It's so motivating for me. But enjoy the rest of your day wherever you're watching it, and I'll see you in my next video real soon. Bye, you guys.